Hello, my soul family. Buenas noches y son de noches. Good evening, my beautiful soul family. Welcome, 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 welcome to another round of It's Tarot Tuesday, and Spirit Knows It. The spot where Spirit understands you and looks into your needs and supports you the best way universe can. How is my beautiful, beautiful soul family doing? How are you all doing tonight? Good evening, Rita. Buenas noches, Grace. I'm glad you like it, rich in spirit. I'm glad you like it. How's everyone doing tonight? Awesome. That's great to hear. Where are you all checking in from? Do tell. I'm feeling really good. Thank you so very much. A New Vibe Tribe TV. How's my IG Soul family? How is my YouTube Soul family? Welcome this evening. Please do me a favor and let the rest of the Soul family tribe know that it's Tarot Tuesday and Spirit knows it, and we're on. Doing great, Grace Marie. Thank you for asking. Thank you. Thank you. Austin, Texas is in the house. A New Vibe Tribe TV. Tempe, Arizona. Midnight Cowboys in the house from Tempe, Arizona. You know, I went to ASU for a little while, Arizona State University in Tempe campus. I used to go there a few years back. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cali is in the house. Yes, Florida is in Nebraska. Is in the house. Awesomeness, awesomeness. Welcome, my soul family. Let the soul family gang know we are on tonight. I'm grateful you're here too, Camden. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. I want to initiate our evening tonight by thanking those of you. There's been quite a few of you that have reached out based on last week's Tarot Tuesday. Some of you have reached out um, with ideas, come to my city, come to my city. I want you here in my city. I want you to come to my city. And some of you are actually really trying to make that happen and trying to put things together so that I can bring my healing work and my meditation healing classes and my shadow work, my inner child healing shadow work into to your city. So I thank you for the true, genuine interests and support um, in doing so. I thank you so very much. That is something that I definitely want to do this year. Most definitely. Go Sun Devils. You got that right. Oh, awesome. It's down the road from your apartment. Awesome. Yeah, I went to the Tempe campus at ASU. Yes, yes, yes. Back in 2012, 2013. Yes. Awesome. Yes, yeah, yes. Well, here we are on the last day of Aquarius season. On the last day of Aquarius season, tomorrow is the first day of Pisces. Today is the 18th of February. Happy birthday if it's your birthday week. Happy solar return if you're celebrating a solar return this week. Happy belated solar return if you celebrated one last week. Today's actually one of my siblings' solar return is today. And tomorrow, the first day of Pisces, is the solar return of my other half, my queen. It's wifey's birthday tomorrow, and today's one of my soul brothers, my real brother, not my soul brother, my real brother, my blood brother, His birthday is today. Small world indeed. Small world indeed. Santo, blessings to you, K Lotus. Blessings to you. Desde Venezuela is in the house. Awesome. Oh, we cooking up a lot tonight. We cooking up a lot tonight. So it feels. So it feels. So let's get this ball rolling without further ado. Thank you so very much, Rita. Thank you so very much. Are you coming to classes Friday? A couple of house announcements. This month's Healing Voices meditation class is this Friday, the 21st. If you are in town, if you are local, if you want to do the drive, I do hope to see you there this Friday, the 21st, at Gypsy Love Metaphysical Shop at 6:30 or 7 p.m. Is this Friday. So make sure that you come and join us this Friday for the second Healing Voices meditation class of this year. And that'll be this Friday in Pomona, California. So I hope to see you there. There's still time to sign up. So make sure you do that. The link is in my bio. If you are on IG, if you are on YouTube, I will include that information in the description box in the notes. So make sure to be there. Thank you so very much, Pedro. Thank you so very much. Other than that, in terms of house announcements, there's still openings. I think there's one more slot for a personal reading for tomorrow. Tomorrow's my online reading day. So if you're looking to have a personal reading for yourself, for guidance into this year, make sure you take the last slot that's available for mañana. And what else? What else? The 26th, next Wednesday, the 26th, is my in-person personal cleanse day. So if you're looking to cleanse some energy out, if you're needing a one-on-one personal attention, next Wednesday, the 26th, is your day. So make sure you click the link in my bio if you are on Instagram to schedule that. If you are on YouTube, I will include that in the description box. Just out of curiosity, I'm kind of curious tonight. Just out of curiosity, who has been with me on my social media page, whether on YouTube or on Instagram, since day one or since the very beginning? How many of you have been on my page since the very beginning, since the first time I started doing Tarot Tuesdays and coming on live and opening myself up to this social media world, which I was so totally against at the beginning, and my arm practically had to be twisted for me to come on. Grace has been since 2020. Okay. Who else? Who else? Since what year? I'm interested in knowing since what year you've been following my social media pages. Blessings to you, Arellano. How long has it been? For my IG family, this is this page, this current page, is the newer one, because I had an older page that got hacked, unfortunately, and I had to I lost that page. Rita since 2018. Wow. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, now 25, almost 7 years now. Wow. Did Ancestral Healing, I believe, back during COVID. Okay, yes, most definitely. Most definitely. On YouTube, Rita says since 2018. And so it dawned on me yesterday that I've been on social media for 10 years plus. 10 years plus. event on social media. It's incredible to me. Something that I was so totally against. That's why they say you should never say never, right? And I found that at the end of the day, spirit, whatever it is that we call spirit, was right and I was wrong, and that there was nothing wrong to have this kind of access to the world on this particular level. A new vibe tribe TV and YouTube says I've been rocking since 2018 or 2019, I believe. I miss the music. Yes, I do too. We used to play and sing all the time in the beginning. Yes, yes, most definitely. But with these social media channels, all these copyrights things that they be throwing at you all the time and stuff. So I said, you know what? I don't want to screw it up on YouTube, right? Since I screwed it up on IG. So I said, I'm not gonna do that, you know. And then for a while, I did consider just doing Tarot Tuesday on Zoom, but for some reason, I did it once or twice, and not many people went on. It was just easier for them to log on the social media than it was for them to go to the link and go to the Zoom and things of that nature. So I just decided not to decided not to do it on Zoom. But yeah, I would love to bring my music back onto our Tarot Tuesdays because it just made it feel so different. At least for me, it made it feel so different. Yes, yes, those rights. Need to try to doing lives on TikTok. Everyone's been telling me that I do have a TikTok page, and now I'm able to go. Before I couldn't go live on TikTok. You have to have a certain number of following to be able to go live. And now that I'm able to go live, I'm like, I don't know why I'm like, I don't want to go live on TikTok. Maybe because I have so many people following me on TikTok that I don't want. Oh my God, if I'm honest with myself, there's so many people on TikTok following me that I don't know how the hell they found me, that are following me. And I'm like, I'm like, nah, I don't know about that. Thank you so very much, a new vibe tribe TV. Thank you so very much. I should just make my own music. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. Uh, I know. I definitely like. I could perhaps have more viewer involvement, as you say. I'll one of these days. I'm just gonna bite the bullet and go live on TikTok, um, and see how that goes. Grace Marie says I still have notes from all the live collabs with Magda from Gypsy Love and all that. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, my beloved soul family, do me a favor. I'm going to say this one more time. Do me a favor and share this live. Share it. Let your friends and families and post it in your stories and post it on your feeds. Let them know that it's Tarot Tuesday and Spirit knows it and we're live tonight, so that other Soul Family tribe members can join us. Since unfortunately the algorithms doesn't push my posts out to everyone that follows me, unfortunately. So that being said, I don't want to delay anymore this evening. I want to weave very gently. I want to weave this download that I've been holding on to all day long for you. I want to be able to weave it gently and lovingly and introduce it to you in a way that actually makes sense. I love for things to make sense, because if not, I have no business being on here. There's so many of us, but I actually challenge that last statement, because not to fall into a trend, but I swear I'm not trying to be funny, but there are a lot of people on social media these days, right? We're in 2025, so needless to say, there are lots and lots and lots of people on social media, right? Doing what appears to be the same thing. But trust me when I say, not because I'm better than anybody, because I am clear that I am not better than anyone else. as well as no one else is better than me, because there is no such thing as being better than someone else. We all have our different likes. We all gravitate toward different things, different people, different genres. Many of us are in a complete different niche. So it's more about what vibes with a person's inner being, inner soul, incarnate spirit, what vibes with your energy. Doesn't mean that someone else is better than you. It's just that some people gravitate towards that person and other people gravitate towards you. It's perfectly fine, right? Pero um, there's lots of people, which is one of the reasons why years ago I didn't want to come on social media. I'm like, there's too many people doing that. I don't want to be. I don't just want to be another one. That was my thing, right? Until Spirit reminded me that yes, there could be many other people doing what you do, but it doesn't mean that they can do it how you do it. And that stuck with me, because then it taught me that I don't have the power, nor do I have the right to interrupt God's plan for me, right? Whoever it is that you call God. You don't have the right to interrupt God's plan. Whatever God's plan is for you, you don't have the right to interrupt it, because then you be falling off course. And that's what many of us tend to forget sometimes. We mistakenly, unintentionally forget that we are born with a purpose in this universe. And it's not about comparing what your purpose is against someone else's purpose, even if it looks the same. We are all different beings having a human experience, as they say. So we all have a purpose on this life, right? Pero not to fall into a cliche and not to fall into trends or what have you. But they're not like us, okay? They're not like us. They're not like us. They are not like us. Not like us, as that song, right? Kendrick's song at the Super Bowl. Some people liked it, other people didn't. Some people supported it, other people don't. I don't listen to rap personally, but I took the time, sidetrack here for a minute. I took the time to, since I don't understand the lyrics as I was hearing it, because it's very hard. My ear is not in alignment with rap music. It's hard for me to understand the words, because it just looks, a lot of rap music is sung so fast that it's hard for me to understand when it's been sung. But I went through the lyrics and I read through them, and I understood the messages that were coming through from Kendrick. And I understood the imagery of the performance, and it all made sense. And all I have to say about that, and this is not what this live is for, right, is that it was meant for those that needed to understand it. It was meant for those that were able to understand it. The group that did not, it was not meant for them, and that is totally fine. It is totally fine if there were many that did not understand the message behind that halftime show. I did, even if it was after the fact, but I did, studying all the hidden messages and the subliminals and the imagery of it, and the whole aesthetics and the performance and the lyrics and the dabs that were thrown. I got it all, especially as I was reading more about it. I got it all. So now looking back, now that I understand it, looking back, I think it was lovely. I think it was lovely. Not my genre of music, but it was a powerful statement that was made. Anyway, moving on forward. I want you to write in the chat. Follow me for a little bit. Be patient with me. I want you to write in the chat, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I want you to write it in the chat. What's wrong with you? Question mark. What's wrong with you? Write it in the chat. What's wrong with you? Write it in the chat. What's wrong with you? Yes, a new vibe. Yes, Pedro. Maddie. Miss Moses. What's wrong with you? Write it in the chat. If you're listening, if you're truly here for this download and for Spirit's share, what the universe is able to share with us tonight, if you're truly here, not just being a naysayer and curious and being a critic and whatever the hell else you are, but if you truly are here for Spirit's message and because you appreciate Spirit's work, write it in the chat. What's wrong with you? I want you to write that statement in the chat. What's wrong with you? Yes. What's wrong with you? When Spirit gave me this download, I was cleansing and prepping and doing what I do. Spirit had a conversation with me in which I was just a student listening, and now I'm just a deliverer. I want you to listen to my words. I'm very intentional with my words. I don't know if you know this by now, but I am very intentional with my choice of words. Spirit had a conversation with me, and I was just a student listening, and now I am the messenger of that message, of that download, of that communication the Spirit gave me. What that statement really means, I am always a student. I don't ever want to wear the hat of a guru because I am not a guru. I am a student, and I'm just a vessel that communicates the messages of the divine to the best of my human abilities. Emphasis on human, because then that means, if you read in between the lines, what that really means is I am very far, super distant from being perfect. I will never be perfect. I have many flaws. I am an imperfect human being. Now, if you've been following me that long, you know I always say that because I never want to be put on a God pedestal, because God knows when people put you on a God pedestal, the day that they wake up and they realize that you're human, they knock you down faster than they put you on that pedestal. Don't ever put me on a damn pedestal. I don't want to be there. Okay. Don't invite me. I'm another human being like you are. That being said, what is wrong with you? I heard that statement and I wonder what that means, because I've come across that statement many times and it can mean so many different things. But I was asking my inner spirit, I was asking the divine, what does this statement mean for my tribe, for my soul family tribe? What does this statement mean? And I got back a lot of downloads, but something that basically sounds like this. Spirit told me that the vast majority The vast majority of our issues, conflicts, downfall, challenges, trauma, negative circumstances, anxiety, depression, anger, lack of self compassion, lack of authenticity, inability to show up for ourselves, inability to protect and defend ourselves stems from those words. Woo, I'm about to lay something heavy on your heart tonight. What is wrong with you is our phrase, our statement for tonight. If you're just joining us, write it in the chat. I want you to write those words in the chat if you really are here to listen to Spirit's download. What is wrong with you? Question mark. Write it in the chat. Write it in the chat. Write it in the chat, everybody. If you already wrote it, write it again. If you're arriving now, write it in the chat. What is wrong with you? Question mark. What is wrong with you? Write it in the chat. I'm feeling a vibe. I'm feeling a vibration. I'm feeling an energy here tonight. Write it in the chat. If you already wrote it, write it again. If you're just joining us now, write it in the chat. What is wrong with you? Write it in the chat. What is wrong with you? JMH Style says the negative voice that comes through that takes away my power. Midnight Cowboy from YouTube says anxious and let my depression run my life. Have a hard time cutting people out of my life. All that might feel like it's true to you, and I am not here to challenge you, nor is my job here to tell you that you're wrong. I am nobody to tell you that you're wrong. But let me tell you what Spirit shared with me today. And I'm going to share this with you. I heard those words. What is wrong with you? And I'm like, wait a minute. That's not a theme. That doesn't feel like a theme. That doesn't feel like it's definitely a question, right? Exactamente. ¿Qué está pasando contigo? For the Spanish speaking, for my Spanish speaking family. What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you is ¿qué está pasando contigo? Midnight Cowboy say depressed, anxious, and can never let go. All that is true for you. But let me share with you what Spirit shared with me. Spirit told me that a great number, because we could never or should never say all, everything, because there's no such thing. There's always are exceptions. But a great number of whatever it is you and I could consider to be our issues, our setbacks, our downfalls, the negativity in our life, our challenges, our trauma, our lacking ability to show up for ourselves. Why is it that we run away from prosperity when in reality that is what we desire? What is it that makes us accept less than and settle for crumbs? Anything that affects you in a negative kind of way in your life. Spirit shared with me today that it stems from that statement. What is wrong with you? In this particular case, if we're going to really go into the lingo, into the correct grammar of things, is open quote, open quotation, what is wrong with you? Question mark, close quotation. Why? Because at some point in our life, somewhere along the way, whether our setbacks and challenges and pain and tears starts when we were 5 years old, 6 years old, 4 years old, 10, 14, or 15, or 22, or 21, or 30 years of age, whenever it is that the challenges that showed up in your life contributed to your numb like state, numbing your feelings, numbing your emotions, numbing your life, silencing your voice, whatever it is that contributed towards that, Spirit says to us tonight, it could find its beginning point with the statement of what's wrong with you. And if you ask me why, I'll tell you. Because somewhere along the way, again, I repeat, whether we were 4 or 5 or 10 years of age or 14 years of age or 20, there was someone in our life, whether it's your mom, your dad, your grandparent, your sibling, your auntie, your caretaker, your foster parent, your elementary school teacher, your high school counselor, that said to you, ooh, I'm getting goosebumps and I don't even know why, what is wrong with you? But the question was not posed from a place of genuine concern. It did not come from a place of, I'm worried about you and I really want to know what's going on. It does not come from a place of, I care about you. It did not come from a place of love. It did not. It came from a place of questioning your authenticity, your creativity, your natural talents, the way you love, the way you want to be loved. It came from a place of contributing towards you second guessing yourself, putting yourself last, not taking priority over your needs, not caring for yourself the way you deserve to be cared for. Because at the moment, especially when we were a child, and even when you are a teenager, at the moment that we are questioned by the people that we deem to be authority, by the people that we deem to be our elders, by the people that we love or respect or cherish, your parents, grandparents, school teacher, counselor, whoever it is. At the moment that these individuals question you as to what is wrong with you, baby, that was your introduction. Listen to my words. That was your introduction to feeling misplaced. That was your introduction to feeling wrong. That was your introduction to feeling that something is out of place with you. That was your introduction to you feeling like there's something out of order with you. Huh. Are you following me? Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? Because this message is much more powerful than I am able to deliver. That was your introduction to you feeling that there was something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Because if the person, I'm a 4-year-old, I'm a 5-year-old, I'm getting goosebumps. I don't know for who or why. As a 7-year-old, as a 10-year-old, if I'm looking up to the person that I love, that I respect, my mom, my dad, my grandparent, my caretaker, whoever it is that I look up to, and they're telling me or questioning me, what is wrong with you, boy? What's wrong with you, girl? What's wrong with you? Especially if it came attached to a negative feeling, a negative emotion. How so? Well, the facial expression of dislike, of distrust, a crazy puzzled look in the adult's face that you as a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year old looking at them see as something as, oh my God, I must have done something really horrible for them, for her, for him to look the way she looks right now, for him to look the way he looks right now. Are you following me? That is the initiation to all the setbacks, to all the downfalls in your life. That is how you initiate it. Not feeling good about yourself. Oh man, en el nombre de Dios. That is how you initiating learning what it was to feel less than. That's how you initiated learning what it was to feel not special, not unique. Oh, woof, there's so much to be said about this. There's so much to be said about this. There's so much to be said about this. And you know what our mistake is? Do you know what our mistake is? Now, as an adult, now, as someone that we have the ability, we don't always use it, but we have the ability to reason, we have the ability to discern. Now that we are an adult, our mistake is never questioning how this whole story started. Because if we were to really question how this story started, oh, maybe Black Jesus help me. If we were to really question how now that we are an adult, now that we know how to add, now that we know how to put two things together, now that we know how to look back and look at the original story, now that we know how to, read people's vibration and energy and body language and what have you, if we were to give ourselves the opportunity to look back as to how this story started, ay Dios mío, listen, you would then have no choice but to admit to the fact that the day and the moment and time where you were questioned as to what's wrong with you, which made you feel belittled, small, crazy, misplaced, you would know that it was more about the person that asked you that question than it was about you. You would then realize that it was more about the person who posed the question than about you. Come on now. Is anybody following me? Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? Can we agree on this? Can you and I agree on this? Because then, if we go, and this is not a class, this is a moment of the download of a share that I always make room for to segue into our tarot portion of our weekly gathering. But if we were to really do shadow work around this, let me tell you something. That was the foundation laid for us to not trust ourselves. At the moment that someone tells you what's wrong with you, that's when you start to question yourself. That's when you start to doubt yourself. And if you started doing this at the age of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and so on, this automatically laid the foundation to all the chaos, havoc, downfalls that you have experienced in your life. Because if we really go down this rabbit hole, then what Spirit is really sharing with us tonight is the fact that at the moment that as a young girl or a young boy, you were questioned by an adult who 9 times out of 10 is an adult that the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-old in you looked up to, loved, respected. At the moment that you were questioned by that person, it made you feel wrong. It made you feel like you were a mistake. It made you feel like there must something be wrong with me. Mind you, I don't want you to think right now, as a 29-year-old that you are, as a 35-year-old that you are, as a 56-year-old that you are. I don't want you to think like an adult. I want you to take 4 minutes to put yourself in the shoes of a 4-year-old, in the shoes of a 5-year-old, 7-year-old, 10-year-old. I want you to think to the best of your abilities. Think with the brain of a baby. At the moment that you were questioned and you were told by that adult, what is wrong with you? Baby, that was your introduction. That was your introduction to feeling not right, not beautiful, not special, not unique. That was your introduction to feeling misplaced. That was your introduction to feeling wronged. That was your introduction to feeling less than. That was your introduction to feeling you fill the blank. Fill in the blank. Exactly, Grace. Made me feel incompetent, not worthy. Yes. Do you follow me? Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? And because we never corrected it, it created such a dent in our psyche, such a dent in our inner spirit, such a dent in our consciousness, that is what empowers. Oh, I can go so far with this. That is what empowers our subconscious into having us react, not respond, react the way we react to things in life, in which then, in the long term, we do react irresponsibly. We do react with lack of knowledge. We do react not knowing ourselves. Not knowing ourselves. Because then that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12-year-old only lived to try to meet, satisfy the standards, the requests of the adult that always said, "What is wrong with you? Are you stupid?" See, I only said what's wrong with you. I didn't say anything else that came after that, right? But your inner child knows what came after it. What's wrong with you? You crazy? What's wrong with you? You stupid? What's wrong with you? You think you're special? What's wrong with you? You think people are going to pay attention to you? What's wrong with you? That is the dumbest idea. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? Are you following me now? It robbed you from your authentic self. Come on now. It robbed you from your ability to blossom into whom God, the God of your understanding, God, Olofin, Olodum, Olodumarin, Sambi, Awasi, Bhagavad Gita, Buddha, whatever your God is. It robbed you from your ability to become what the God of your understanding created you to be. Because if my mama is questioning me, oh, if my daddy's questioning me, oh, if Nana is, if Grandma is questioning me, this something is wrong with me. Who introduced you to what is wrong with you? Who introduced you to what is wrong with you? Which is why you ended up picking up a stray to love who couldn't love you back the way you deserve to be loved. Which is why you ended up marrying a person that you thought you could fix. My beloved soul sisters here, my comadre, my soul sister, simple prayer says, I used to ask my daughter that until one day I looked at her face and noted her shrink. I never said that again. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much for even admitting to it. Thank you so much for the fact that you're able to see, to see, to see. My soul sister Grace says, I must be some type of slow 11-year-old, Grace. Are you following me? Are you picking up what Spirit's laying down? Spirit has been coming this year pretty hot with the downloads, pretty hot with the downloads, you know. And I just want us to ponder. I want us to gift ourselves the opportunity and the freedom to question. Had my mama not told me that when I was 7 years old, I brought back this project, and I needed to turn this science project, and I brought it to my mom, and she says, "What is wrong with you? You think that this is a piece of shit?" And now you're showing up to class already embarrassed. Now you're showing up to class already feeling shamed. Now you're falling. Now you're going to class already feeling not intelligent, not special. There's nothing worse. Listen to me. I don't know who this message is for. And if my macho self would really want to be honest with myself right now, I don't know who this message is for, but the message alone makes me want to cry. There's absolutely nothing worse than to rob a child from its innocence. Innocence is not just in my spiritual opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying that I am not saying that what I am sharing with you is the law. I'm not the law. Nor am I saying that what I'm saying to you is in alignment with what's in the books, in the professional books, in the psychologist's book, right? But let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing worse than when you rob a child from his innocence. And to me, which is my point, innocence is not just when you rob a child of their innocence because they've been a victim, they've been victimized in a sexual way, molested, or whatever the case may be. That's just one major, horrible, horrific way of robbing a child from its innocence. But it's not the only way, in my opinion. When you wrong a child, and when you as a parent, when you as a mom, when you as a father, when you as an elder, look at that child who's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years of age. And because you're in a mood, and because you're not having your best day, and because you're just feeling funky, and because you're pissed at what happened at work, or because your boyfriend didn't call you back, or because whatever the case may be, and now you're taking it out on your child, and the first thing out of your mouth is, "What's wrong with you?" You don't know how much that the kind of dent it does to the child's spirit. My soul sister Chris is on here. Hello, sis. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. She says, who is actually a licensed therapist, says, I will say that you are correct. Once innocence is taken, it takes time to rediscover the inner child's true nature. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, my soul sister. Thank you. We have to chat soon, by the way, Chris. We have to chat soon. We have to chat soon. Grace Marie says, being the eldest of 5, nothing I did was right. And everything they did wrong was my fault. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry that you had to experience that. This is why it is important to reparent our inner child. And let me be totally Cuban on your ass right now. I'm gonna go totally Cuban on your ass right now. When I first ate, about maybe 14 years ago, about 14 years ago, 14, 15 years ago, when I first heard the terminology of inner child, reparenting inner child and reparenting, my Cuban ass was like, carajo, qué cosa, qué reparenting inner child, ni qué diablo, ni qué carajo. And la gente comen tanta mierda. And, because what you don't know, you don't know. What you don't know, you don't know. But when I gave myself the opportunity, when I gave myself permission to understand that the way I was trained, the way I was influenced, the way I was conditioned is not the only goggles to this universe. It's not the only route towards healing. When I was given permission by myself to embrace other walks and understand that God was in every walk. God is in every walk, baby. Take it or leave it. God is in every walk. The only point is, the only thing that matters is finding the walk that walks with you. Woo! That was a bar, as they say. That was a bar right there. The only thing that matters is finding the walk that walks with you, that walks with your inner spirit, that walks with your incarnate being, that walks with your soul. God is in every walk. Those words are from me, Afimaye Galarraga, spiritual Dr. Afi. If you're gonna tweet it, if you're gonna exit, if you're gonna Facebook it, if you're gonna Me, you better tag me. You better give me my damn credit. God is in every walk. Chris says she is parentified, a frequent and unacknowledged way of stripping a child from their own identity and innocence. Yes, yes, and yes, and yes. So, the goal here tonight, and the thing that we have to ponder on and work with for this week, is how to get your inner child, how to rescue your inner child from the grip that robbed her or him from its innocence at the moment in time that they were made to feel wrong by being questioned. What is wrong with you? Especially if that statement came attached to other much worse phrases. What is wrong with you? You're stupid. You're this, you're that. You're not good for anything. How many of you, is there anyone, is there just, is there at least one person on this live right now that can admit, especially if you're, I'm not saying it's just exclusive to us Hispanic people, but if you're Hispanic and you come from those hardcore parents from back in the day who didn't say and do the things they did with the intention of harming us, that wasn't their intention, but that's what they ended up doing. If you are someone that can understand this because you experience it, I want you to, say it in the chat if you're comfortable. Whoever experienced a parent that said to you, "What's wrong with you? Ay, what's wrong with you? No sirve para nada. You're not good for nothing. You're not good for anything. You're not good. No sirve para nada." That Spanish, Hispanic, Latin, from my case as a Cuban man, that Cuban lingo translated into English basically means you ain't good for nothing. No sirve para nada. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. My mama did it because it's very Latin, it's very Caribbean, it's very, it's very let's not put a, I guess let's not put a culture to it. Let's not attach an ethnic background to it. Let's not attach, a race to it. But let me tell you, it's very quote unquote normal for the single parent who's stressed, who's unsupported, who feels alone, who will not admit to fear but feels fear, who has to do it all by themselves. It's very normal for them to lash out. And they lash out with the kinds of words and phrases that just sticks a knife into a child's inner being, heart, and spirit. But it's not their intention. I know it wasn't my mother's intention. That's why I'm able to sit here today and talk to you about it in this particular way. Whereas for other reviews, you had parents that really listen. I'm not the one. I'm not the one to judge a person's parent. It's not my job. It's not my job. It's not my job. It's not my job. That's not what I'm called here for. No pues in the man. Grace Mary says, from a Cuban Rican household. Yes. Little Wicked says, I was told, what's wrong with you? Perdiste los tornillos. You lost your screws? Sácate eso de la cabeza. Get that out of your brain. Camden says, just today I reminded myself that what is said is not done so with ill intent. Yes, I am a child of those parents. My dear Chris says, it's such a projective question, usually followed by the why or what, without an adequate explanation. Perfectly said. I love it. Flo Glow says, My aunt told me, tú no sirves para nada, almost every day of my childhood. And when I asked why as an adult, she said it was just funny to her. Wow. Flo Glows basically said that her aunt would tell her, tú no sirves para, tú no sirve para nada. Means you're not good for nothing, for anything. Almost every day of her childhood. Can you imagine your whole entire childhood being told by a family member, an adult, an elder, you're not good for nothing? What do you think that does to your inner spirit? What do you think that does to your sense of self, your security, your ability to build and create and blossom and trust yourself? What do you think it does to your trust? Wow. And then when as an adult, when she asked her why, she said, her aunt said to her, oh, it was just funny to her. Really? Like, really? I'm not going to say the rest of my thoughts because then I'll be fucking canceled. Anyway, Grace Marie. Niña, pero usa el meme de cerebro que tienes. Yeah, I've heard that. Chris says, it's incredible, generational and replayed throughout following generations. Yes. It's incredibly generational and replayed throughout following generations. Yes, indeed. SVV90 says, my mom never told me that, but she was spoken to like that all her life. Wow. Uh, can't you, can't Friel says we can love it and let it go for why we shows what we shows to break the cycle. Indeed. Arellano, my god, Otto says hearing elders tell boys that men don't cry. Hate that. Well, I hate it too. I dislike it as well. Can you imagine what would it be like if parents asked, "What's right with you?" Woo! It would be a game changer. It would just change the whole world. Simple Prayer says, I have often felt that our ancestors were hard on their children to keep us safe from the enslavers being hard on us. They had to keep us in line so we wouldn't be beaten by enslavers. That is also true. That is also true. My vote is we do a live with Miss Chris. I agree. I agree. I will put that in the books. Grace Marie says, my vote is we do a live with Miss Chris. Yes, I agree. Thank you for that input because I think that's an excellent idea. How many times DXRZ 567 says, how many times has it been compiled generationally? Is what I love to know. What do you mean by that? I don't understand the question. Simple Prayer says it was a protective mechanism that is prevalent in many communities like African and African Caribbean. Yes, most definitely. Gratitude, yes. Tyron on YouTube says, I'm not Hispanic, but it used to break me to bits. Midnight Cowboy says both my dad would say that to me. Wow. Iya says finding the walk that walks with you. Ashay, yes, yes, find the walk that walks with you. I say that. My mommy all day. Tyron says, finally talked to my mom about how her claiming that I never got things right or was weak really devastated me. And she apologized and said she was hard on me because she watched how her own older sister had it hard. So she just did what she saw. Yeah. Yes, yes. Miss Maddox says experiencing abandonment by a parent at a young age caused me to always ask myself, what is wrong with me? Yes, yes, yes. That is powerful, 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 powerful. So, the idea is, the goal is, the intent is The vision is to give ourselves permission. And I want to be very, very cautious with what I am about to say. And I also want to be very specific so it's not misunderstood, so that it's not misconstrued. The idea is to allow our inner child to be reparented so that, number one, we give ourselves permission to go back there again, to that hurtful place, not with the intention of re-traumatizing ourselves. That's why I was very cautious with what I'm saying, because if we're not guided correctly, if we're not in safe space, and if we don't know how to do it by ourselves, we should not, okay, very clear. But reparenting our inner child is important. But the goal is to not re-traumatize our inner self, but more so set it free, release it from where it's been stuck in for years. Because it's been stuck there for years, you can't release it until you go back there. You go back to that ugly place. You go back to those ugly statements and phrases and words that were spoken into your spirit so that we can set them free. You can't set free something that you don't face. You can't set free something that you don't face. You got to face it. You got to address it directly. Chris says, regarding the boys, social constructs love to dismiss the fact that we all emerge into this life displaying nonverbal communication, crying. Men absolutely suffer from this ridiculous narrative. Yes, we do. So I'm the first one to admit it. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Thank you for that share. So it is important for us to go back there so that we can support ourselves in releasing our inner spirit from that dungeon. We've got to release her and release him from that place, that uncomfortable place where it feels mistaken and ugly and unseen and forgotten and you name it. We got to do a job. We got to do the work. We got to do the work. Okay. Okay. Our opening oracle card is coming. I repeat again, this Friday, the 21st, is our February Healing Voices class in Pomona, California. And I hope that if you're local and if you want to do the drive, that you're able to attend. It's going to be a powerful class. I already feel it. I already know it. Okay. Next Wednesday, the 26th, is my only in-person cleanses and healing day. So make sure that you click the link in my bio to schedule your healing, your cleanse, your personal cleanse, your one-on-one just for you. If you know you need it, if you know that you're in need of it, especially if you haven't done one this year, this is the right moment to do so. Okay. Other than that, the shadow work is in October. It'll be here in Southern California. If you want to be part of this year's shadow work retreat, I suggest that you send me your information. Send me your name, DM me, send me an email, send me a private message with your name and information and your interest in this year's shadow work retreat, because there's only 10 slots. There will only be 10 slots available. So I will send you the information first, so to give you a first-hand opportunity to reserve your spot and sign up for it before I release it to the rest of the public. Okay. And based on what I said last week, And I had so many of you reach out saying, I want you to come to my city. I want you to come to my city. I want you to come to my city. And some of you are actually working on me coming to your city. Is nothing has been finalized yet. Nothing is set on stone, but it's in the works. Okay, that I will be visiting. I will be. It seems like shadow work is coming to Colorado. It seems like shadow work is coming to the state of Colorado. So if you are in the state of Colorado, stay tuned. I'm going to be in your city, it looks like. I'm going to be in your city. I'm glad you tuned in too, Grace. I'm glad you did too. So, let's see what. Yes, Colorado. It seems like I will be on that side of the world sometime in the next, I don't know, 2, 3, or 4 months. I don't know. It's a matter of putting it together. As long as there are people that do want to attend in Colorado, hopefully, I will be there. Awesome. Awesome, Selena. Awesome. Okay. What is our oracle card for this week? Interesante. I just accidentally opened to the page that the card belongs to. I don't know how the fuck I did that. Anyway. The Elephant. This is from another deck. The Elephant. The card of the Elephant. And it says, an elephant never forgets. Whew. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. The fact that the first statement is an elephant never forgets. I don't know about to you, but to me, the rest of the message might be different. But that first statement reminds us that our inner child never forgot. Our inner child never forgets. Oh, Dios mío. An elephant never forgets, or so the saying goes. However, these giant, gentle, that's a child. Oh my God. These giant, gentle beasts are much more than that. They are highly social animals that form family bonds for life. They are extremely loyal and stick together. If the elephant card has graced your home today, consider yourself fortunate and lucky indeed. Take time to think about what strengthens you, what strengths you have, and who is in your social circle. Reach out to those who you have not connected with, or tackle a new creative hobby. Meanings: take time to engage with others. Look toward others who can be loyal to you. Listen, there's no mistake here. There's no mistake here. And I don't believe in coincidence, since you already know. There's no mistake that the elephant is the oracle card. I haven't picked that from this particular deck. See, I have different decks in front of me. You can't see it, but I have this deck in front of me that belongs to this. I have this particular deck. I have this deck, which we usually do from this particular deck. Okay. I have this other deck here, which I love. I have a lot of meaningful messages. I have this deck here, which I haven't chosen in a long time. Okay. And I have this other deck over here that I haven't chosen in a long time. And this deck that I did choose tonight, we haven't used that one in a long time. So let me tell you, the elephant in Lukumi, in Orisha tradition, Afro-Cuban Orisha tradition, the elephant is associated with Obatala. Obatala, Orula, Orumila as well, Orula, Ifa, but also with Obatala. And it's an animal in the animal kingdom that is wise. The wisdom of the elephant is huge. It never forgets. So tonight's message, good luck in Poland, it says. Thank you. Tonight's message is very much in alignment with the elephant. It reminds us that our inner child never forgets. It reminds us that our inner child is has been wrongfully accused and imprisoned. Wrongfully accused, sentenced, and imprisoned. And it is our job to set it free. It is our job to give it the opportunity it always deserves. It is our job to inform, serve notice, inform our inner child that it was never her fault, that it was never his fault. It was our job to let our inner child know that even though the adults that were in control of our life didn't know any better, we don't need to live there anymore. We don't live there anymore. My soul sister Chris says, Safi, I love this for your I love this for your knowledge and expertise. Thank you. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Amoret Babe says, I was just telling my sister I want to do shadow work with you today. Well, there you go. You have the answer. Yes. Recibirlo con luz, hija mía. It is time to let our inner child free because it deserves better. Because she or he does not need to continue to live in the shadows of insecurity, in the shadows of not enoughness, in the shadows of unworthiness, in the shadows of lovelessness. You got the key. You're the one that can open the door and let him or her out. But sometimes we need to lay a strong foundation upon which to build on. And that is the foundation of awareness, the foundation of knowledge. But we got to go back there. Anyway, let's start off today with the air signs. Today's the last day of Aquarius. So let's start off with the air signs. Okay. Are there any air signs in the house? That would be, who? Who would that be? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you're in the house tonight, show up. Air signs, air sign sun, air sign moon, air sign rising, air sign Venus. Are you in the house tonight? Always remember, this particular section is a collective reading. This is not a personal reading, and therefore, some messages may apply to you, some messages may not apply to you. Pick up what's yours and leave off what's not. Okay? If you want a personal message, then hey, schedule your personal reading. And I am available. Click the link in my bio if you are an IG. You can also find this information for my YouTubers in the description box. and you can schedule your personal reading with myself. Okay. I do hope to see you this Friday in this second Healing Voices meditation class of this year. This will be this Friday in Pomona, California. Okay, my air signs. Ooh, that was such a powerful intro. I don't know about you, but to me, that was a powerful intro. We got what? Okay. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Really? Listen. No empieces. My beloved soul sister and beloved friend and family says, love all the Geminis here. Afi loves Geminis. No, I did not love Geminis. I had a really rocky relationship with Geminis. Geminis really drive me the fuck crazy, and I dislike Geminis. But that changed. That changed. That changed a couple of years ago. I have changed my position and my perspectives with Geminis, and you all are still waiting for my Gemini story. I know somebody's going to ask. I know somebody's going to say, are you ever going to tell us our Gemini story? And yes, I am, but it ain't going to be tonight. Ay, Dios mío, Candela Candelaria. No es fácil. En el nombre del verbo. Okay, so Queen of Pentacles for the air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Queen of Pentacles shows up tonight. Queen of Pentacles. This is actually a Capricorn card. A Capricorn card. Gemini, I'm going to tell you this. Camden Brienne says, I best be live when it finally happens. I hope you are. DXRZ says, do tell. Gemini healing for this man. I don't need Gemini healing anymore. I'm over it. Oh, yeah. Yes, I agree, Simple Prayer. You are awesome. Geminis are awesome. I know that now. Don't mean no still drive me crazy, but yes. So, my Gemians, my Geminis, my Libras, my Aquarians, my air signs, and even for the air signs, if you're dealing with in any way, shape, or form romantically a child, a family, a boss, a co-worker, a friend, that's a Capricorn, listen up to as well. So Capricorn, listen up. The Queen of Pentacles shows up for us tonight. And I will say this. This is the time for manifestation. This is the time of manifestation. This is the time to manifest. Now, that is an overrated term, overrated terminology, overrated phrase, overrated word that unfortunately everyone tells us to do it, but no one tells us how. The how is very specific to your situation. So I can't tell you what your how is because I don't know what your specific situation is. I don't know you. But it is your job to understand, get to the bottom of what is your personal block. What is it that you are leaning on as an excuse to not build, to not create, to not do, to not move forward, to not trust, to not believe, to not jump on that next business venture, to not open up your heart and love again, to not trust the process, to not trust yourself. You are the only one that knows what particular block is holding you back from being able to do so. So you got to work around that. in order to be able to ever see any aspect of manifestation, positive manifestation in your life, you got to work through the blocks first. The Queen of Pentacles is a particular card that says, don't hold yourself back. Stop making excuses. Don't be afraid of navigating in new territories, opening new doors, giving yourself a new opportunity. This is the time to do it. Do it wisely, do it intelligently, plan things accordingly, be methodical, okay? Be grounded in your process. This is a Capricorn card. So be grounded in the process, okay? Be dedicated to the mission, be dedicated to the vision, be dedicated to the cause, okay? Be relentless, but do it because you deserve it. Stop holding on to excuses. What might have held you back? You might have had, you're holding on to whoever this message is for. I don't know who you are, but Spirit does. And Spirit is saying the excuse you had 10 years ago might have been sufficient. The excuse that you had 3 years ago might have been correct, might have been right, but might have been appropriate for that moment in time. But guess what? It's expired. Some of you have forgotten that the excuses that you were holding on to have already expired. So why are you still living the same way, thinking the same way, behaving the same way, going about things the same way, fearing the same way, not trusting, and whatever it is that you do to hold yourself back from a new beginning? Why? It's time to turn the page. It's time to turn that knob and open that door. It might have not been the right time 5 years ago, but it's the right time now. The same people that were in place 5 years ago are not the same people that are in place right now. Okay? So this is about you trusting yourself. Trusting you to be able to build, to create, to trust. This is the Queen of Pentacles. And she's ready to flourish. She's ready to manifest. She's ready to build. She's ready to manifest. Okay. This is the time. The Queen of Pentacles is also one that just makes things work. She always finds a way to make it work. She always finds a way to make it work. So make it work, my air signs. Make it work. Make it work. It's an opportunity for you. It's not easy to let go of what's familiar. That's a rabbit hole I'm not going to go into right now, Spirit, but it's very difficult to let go of what's familiar. But what's familiar to you may not always be the most blessed choice. What's familiar to you doesn't mean it's healthy to your heart, to your inner spirit, to your mind, to your soul. What's familiar to you may not be in alignment to your growth. So this is about putting to rest what's familiar to you and having enough trust in you to embark on a new journey. Let's move forward. Let's move forward into the, let's go to the fire signs. Why not? Yes, let's go to the fire signs. Let's go to the fire signs. Thank you so very much, Unique Wisdom Bush here on YouTube land for that donation. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so very much for that. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you for that donation. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Fire signs, fire sun, fire rising, fire moon. Are you in the house tonight, fire signs? If you are, show up. My air signs, if that message was for you, feel free to show your love and your support for Spirit's message via the donation tab. The link is in my bio if you are on IG, and it's also going across the bottom of the screen if you are in on YouTube land. Okay, so fire signs. Vamos para allá. Vamos para allá. Vamos para allá. Vamos para allá. Fire, that would be Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The strength card comes up. The strength card, which is actually a fire sign card. You know? Okay. Fire sign. We get the strength card for the fire sign. So, what is tonight's message going on for the fire signs? Strength. One must build one's strength from the inside out. Build your strength from the inside out. This is a particular card that is telling us tonight. You might be dealing with some people that are difficult in your life right now, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's in other personal relationships, whether it's in the romantic setting of your life. You could be dealing with people that you feel are difficult. Well, Spirit's advice is to not go head on with these people. Do not go head on with these people. Do not go into a hissy pissy match and fight with them, because it can just and will just get messier, uglier. It's just not going to go in the direction that you need it to go. So definitely take the moment and take the time to study the circumstances, the issue, the surroundings. Take the moment and take the time to study what's the conflict that surrounds that particular issue right now. You got to study all the players in the game. In order for you to win, you have to study the players in the game. So the strength card says, don't go head on. Don't allow your anger to take the driving wheel. Do not be reactive, okay? Do not let them see the worst side of you. Because often when we've allowed ourselves to show the worst side of us, even if it's been justified, yes, we've won the battle, but we've won the war. We've won the battle, but we've lost the war, I meant. We've won the battle, but we've lost the war. So in this particular time period, for the fire signs, getting a fire card, specifically the strength card, I believe Spirit is advising you to try your best to take things as easy as possible. I know it's easier said than done, but don't let them press your buttons. Don't let them get the worst out in you. Don't let them appear to be right about what they say about you. Don't let them. Rather, swish it up on them. Swish it up on them in a way where they're like, oh shit, this is not how I thought he would react. This is not what I thought she was going to do. Surprise them. Surprise them with your inaction. Surprise them with your inaction. Because what appears to be inactive externally, you're doing all that needs to be done internally. And there's a plan. It's been blessed. It's been signed off by the divine source of your understanding. So just be patient. There's a change coming. Strength card, there's a change coming. Don't forget you're infinite blessed. That's why the infinity sign over the head. But you got to tame the lion within. You got to tame the lioness within. Okay. But this could also mean that you have to stop. Have to stop sounds like a rule, like a law, like totalitarian. But you must try, you must do your best to stop being so hard on yourself. Because sometimes you are being a lioness, you are being a lion to yourself. You're not being fair to yourself. Okay. Sometimes you're being too difficult and you're being too hard on yourself. And spirit wants you to be able to say, wait a minute. I didn't get this time, but I can always try next time. It didn't end up the way I wanted to right now, but it doesn't mean it will never be like that. These people are making my life difficult in this particular moment, but it does not mean I will allow them to press my buttons. It doesn't mean this will be like this forever. And when things get difficult, when things get really hard, you must ask yourself, why is God trying to push me out of this situation right now? Why is God putting me in such an uncomfortable place? Because it wants you to not settle, because it doesn't want you to accept less than, because it wants you to get things rolling, because it wants you to not fall asleep, because it wants you to finish that project, because it wants you to finish writing another fucking book, because it wants you to believe in yourself. Do you hear me? Did you hear me? You have to stop waiting. Next month, do it now. Do it now. Do you hear me? My fire signs. Let's move forward. Fire, if that was for you, feel free to show your love and your support for Spirit's message via the donation tab. Thank you so very much, Chris. I appreciate you. Thank you so very much. And now we go into let's go into the water signs now. Water signs. That would be Cancer. That would be Scorpio. That would be Pisces. Are you in the house tonight? Okay. You're welcome, Pedro. Vamos a ver. Let's see. What is the water signs bringing to us tonight? So we did the air signs, we did the fire signs, and now we're doing the water signs, and it comes up with the 8 of Wands, which is a Sagittarius card, which is a water sign. Interesting. So water gets a fire sign card. Fire signs got a earth sign card. No. Fire sign got a fire sign card. Air sign got a earth sign card. So air signs got an earth sign card. Fire sign got a fire sign card. And now water signs got a fire sign card, which is this one, the 8 of Wands, which is actually the Archer. This is the Sagittarius card specifically, a fire Sagittarius card. The 8 of Wands, for the water signs: Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Okay. Okay. Things might be going in a particular direction, in a particular kind of flow right now that makes you feel a little uncomfortable. Things might feel to some of you water signs that are not moving as fast and as quickly as you will want it to. Things for another group of you water signs feel like it's just everything just feels so much tension and it's going too fast and everything is just, you just don't feel like you have enough time to get a grip of yourself. Okay. It feels as if, you can't catch your breath. It might feel as if you don't have enough time to focus on what's important to you, what you want to create, what you want to build. But guess what, baby? Sometimes, Spirit, you're not going to like this message, but don't kill the messenger. But let me tell you something. Sometimes, Spirit just don't have the time to wait for you to go at your pace. Sometimes, Spirit does not have the time for you to stop overthinking. Sometimes Spirit does not have the time for you to cross-reference every thought that goes through your brain, through every single channel, through every single avenue. That it's time to act. It's time to move fast. That's why you get this fire sign card, which is the Sagittarius card, which is the Archer card, said to be the Archer card, which is these wands that are going at a fast speed. Why? Because it wants you to just simply trust the process and get there. Now, let me make this clear. You might get there, and even when you get there, you might feel like everything is not in place. It doesn't matter. 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 Don't lose your focus. Don't lose your concentration. Don't lose your energy by the fact that maybe everything is not in place the way you want it to be. It just needed to be done so you get there. Now that you're there, now let's start to organize. Let's start to put things into perspective. Let's put them in order. Let's get rid of the things that are not going to serve me in this new place. See, sometimes we need to get ready to get there. And sometimes we need to get there and then get ready. Spirit is not going to wait for you to be ready to get there because it knows that you will overthink. It knows that you will question every single decision, every single move, every single path, every single thought. And Spirit does not have time. It's just a matter of you getting there. The reason why you don't want to get there yet, while wanting to get there, see, that's a contradiction. The reason why you don't want to get there yet, while wanting to get there, simply stems from your fears, your inner fears. Will it be okay? Will I have enough? Am I intelligent enough? We'll look at which ties into the theme of the night. Do you hear me? Spirit just wants you to get there. So don't reject invitations. Don't reject proposals. Be ready even if you don't feel ready. Your ready is your yes. Your yes is your ready. Your yes is your introduction. Your yes is your open door. Your yes is your ticket. All you have to do is say yes. Fix what needs to be fixed once you get there. Don't try to fix it before because you might miss your ride. That being said, let's go into the earth signs, and that would be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Are you in the house tonight? Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Are you in the house tonight? Taurus, the bull, Virgo, the virgin, Capricorn, the goat. Are you in the house tonight? Water signs, if that message was for you, feel free to show your love and your support for spirits and your appreciation for spirits message via the donation tab. Earth signs, are you in the house tonight? Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Come on now. Ooh, that opening message is still ringing in my ear. Still ringing in my ear. Still ringing in my ear. It's still ringing in my ear. See, we're not going to be blind forever. We're not going to be small forever. We're not going to be, illiterate forever. We're not going to, we have what it takes to grow. We have what it takes to build. We have what it takes to believe. We have what it takes to love. We have what it takes to balance. We have what it takes to flourish. We have what it takes to shine. We have what it takes to stand up with our head held up high. We have what it takes to wear our crown. We have what it takes to get there. It requires much more energy and power to stay there. We have what it takes to get there, but it requires more of us to stay there. So don't worry about your past. Don't make your past an excuse. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Do you hear me? Gotta keep moving forward. Como yo soy chiquitico, todos me dan con el pie. Ay, deja que yo sea grande, ya me sabré defender. It's a spiritual Spanish hymn of the Afro-Cuban practice of spiritism, and the elders used to sing that a lot. Como yo soy chiquitico, todos me dan con el pie. Ay, dejan que yo sea grande, ya me sabré defender. Okay, my earth signs, are you ready? Are you ready? Why Spirit is pulling two cards? God damn it. Let me see. Not bad though. Oh, I don't read two cards. I only read one card. Come on now. It's Tarot Tuesday. It's not a personal reading. In the name of the baby black Jesus, I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to roll with it because then I want Spirit coming and pulling my leg in the middle of the night. We got the High Priestess and we have the Ace of Wands. I accidentally, for some reason, pulled two cards for the Earth signs. Ace of Wands and the High Priestess. Ay, Dios mío. Earth sign. Are you ready? We got the Ace of Wands and we have the High Priestess for the Earth signs. We got the Ace of Wands and we have the High Priestess. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. as we tackle the earth signs, last group here, don't forget this Friday, the 21st, is the Healing Voices meditation class, the second Healing Voices meditation class of this year, this Friday at Gypsy Love in Pomona, California. I hope to see you there. I hope to meet you if I haven't met you before. I hope to see you again if I've met you before in the past. Next Wednesday, the 26th, is my only day for in person personal cleanses and healings. Make sure you schedule that. Click the link in my bio if you are on IG. You can also find that information on my website, um, on YouTube. That information is going to be in the description box. So, my earth signs, my Tauruses, my Virgos, my Capricorns. Como yo soy chiquitico, todos me dan con el pie. Ay, deja que yo sea grande, ya me sabré defender. I think it's in alignment with this message, even though I was singing that before I pulled the cards. Spirit works in mysterious of ways. That spiritual hymn in English means, como yo soy chiquitico, because I'm small, todos me dan con el pie. Everyone kicks me with their feet. Pero deja que yo sea grande. Wait until I am grown. Ya me sabré defender. I will learn how to defend myself. I will know how to defend myself. Isn't this still all attached to the original theme of the night? How our inner child feels abused and kicked and abandoned and hurt and ignored and rejected. But now that you've grown, now that you are a grown adult, now that you are a grown adult, why are you still acting small? Why are you still acting inferior? Why are you still allowing yourself to feel ignored, rejected, questioned? Why do you still allow yourself? Why? Why is the question. Why? So Spirit comes to us tonight because it wants us to understand earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Yes, the Ace of Wands talks about new ideas, new inspirations, new beginnings, new creativity. That wind of, when those days that you wake up and you feel so creative and so motivated, and you want to do this and you want to do that, but you're like, oh, but I don't know. You automatically find an excuse to discourage yourself, right? But that's the new inspiration. This new inspiration is flowing through you by your own spirit guides, by your own ancestors of wisdom, by the God of your understanding, by Mother Earth, by universe. But then you clip your wings. You make up excuses. You procrastinate. You second guess yourself. You doubt yourself. You give power to the voice that still lives incarnate in your body from your experiences of childhood that question your ability by the moment in time that you were told, what is wrong with you? You stupid. And you're still living there. And your spirit wants you to outgrow those experiences. Because if not, then the true sense of not knowing, the true sense of not being able to really feel like a winner, not able to overcome, not able to walk that path of victory comes up about again. that sense of inferiority kicks in again. That sense of insecurity continues to rule over your life. If you don't handle it, then you will never, ever feed life into that creativity, into that inspiration, into that new idea, which then calls us to, it's time to regain our true inner power. It's time for us to regain our true sense of self, knowing that every law is not our law. Some people work with the laws that are in alignment with their being, with how they need to live their life, but it doesn't mean that we have to accept their laws in our life. That's why when we see the high priestess, highly spiritual, highly connected, highly focused, it knows this truth. It knows about change because it knows everything won't always be easy. That's why you have these two towers, Boaz and Jonas, negative and positive, yin and yang, up and down. But it travels, it navigates, it embarks on a journey knowing that even though it will face challenges, it will face light, and it will also face darkness, it walks into her path with inner knowing. See, inner knowing is the key of the high priestess. She has an inner knowing that is empowered by trust, empowered by faith in herself, empowered by the communication it has with divine being, with spirit, with source. So the high priestess comes on tonight to support the Ace of Wands, is saying, you'll get here. You will be able to fuel life into your new creativity, into your ideas, into all of it when you honor your crown, when you're able to know that every aspect of your life has to go through certain stages. That's why we see different stages as a crown. See, this is not just, this is a one day I'll do a tarot class. This is not just because it looks pretty. This is a crown that shows us different stages. It has the different stages of the moon, but it has to go through a particular process. It has the Torah looking at her. It means the rules that work for me for my life is the ones that I am going to abide by. It's the one that I will walk with. It's the one that I will fuel. Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? I will not let other people dictate over me. I will not let other people manipulate my emotions and my feelings. I will not let other people tell me how I need to live my life. Because now I have accepted my power. I have accepted my gift. I have accepted my being. I have accepted my talents. I have accepted me the way I've never known how to accept it before, because I have been able to set myself free from the conditioning, from the mental brainwash. This is true authenticity. And Spirit is saying, tap back into your spiritual essence. Tap back into your ancestral wisdom. Tap back into the knowledge of your lineage. Tap back into the power of your lineage. We talk too much about what's wrong. What's wrong with you? We talk too much about what's wrong. We talk too much about the loss. We talk too much about the pain. We talk too much about the conflict. We talk too much about the loss. We talk too much about negative, lower level vibrational experiences. We need to times to that into the power in our lineage, the knowledge in our lineage, the wisdom in our lineage, the blessings in our lineage. We have to tap into that aspect of our DNA in order to be able to maximize and grow. Do you hear me? Are you picking up what Spirit is laying down? Spirit is saying you have to go through your own spiritual awakening. Okay? You got to go through your own spiritual awakening. Your own spiritual awakening, your own being, your own ability, to build, your own ability. And even if it doesn't have to go, at the pace that other people expect of you. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. But it has to go at the pace that is right for your inner spirit and for you. This is a beautiful card. See, the high priestess, she wears her heart. She wears her heart in her sleeve. But she's in alignment with her truest self. Okay. What does the B and the J mean on the candles? The B is Boaz, and the J is Jackson, Janus. Some people say Janus. Jackson. It's Hebrew. Those are Hebrew words. And it basically represents, these are towers, they're not candles, they're towers. And they basically represent yin and yang, positive and negative, light and darkness. But all that lives within us when you really think about it. In order for there to be light, there needs to be darkness, and vice versa. In order for there to be an up, there needs to be a down, and vice versa. As within, so without. As above, so below. So Spirit is asking you to recognize the power that you possess within you, within yourself, within your being. It's also time to get back to your spiritual work. It's also time to get back to the work that you have abandoned. You have abandoned into, spiritual things because people have let you down, or you feel you've been used, or you feel that you've been, whatever the case may be. It's time to get back to it. It's time to get to your spiritual practices. It's time for you to connect back to the wisdom that at some point in your life you gathered from your grandmother or another elder in your family or another elder in the community. Go back to old practices. Go back to cleansing your inner spirit. Go back to nature. Go back to listening to the voice of spirit. You doubted yourself, and because you second guessed yourself, you stopped listening to the voice of your spirit inside you. Go back to it. Go back to it. It's time to listen. It's time to listen. It's time to listen. It's time to know that this is a time period that you can become fruitful, but you have to put in the work. Put in the work. You can't allow yourself to be more discouraged than influenced by your own spirit guides of light and your ancestors of wisdom, how I like to call them. The negativity and the negative experiences and the gossip and the challenges and the betrayal and the letdown and the abandonment and the anxiety and the depression and all of that cannot be more powerful than the voice of your inner spirit, of the spirit of your spirit guides, of your ancestors. It can't. It should not. You get to decide. Much love to each and every one of you. This is Spiritual Dr. Alfie. If this is your first time with me here on YouTube land, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the future lives and videos. If you is your first time on IG, make sure that you add this page to your list so we stay connected. I do hope and pray to see you again. Don't forget, this Friday is the second Healing Voices meditation class of this year in Pomona, California. I hope you come and join us. It'll be beautiful. It'll be a great experience for you. Okay. Next Wednesday, the 26th, is the only day that I will be available for in-person healings and cleanses. Make sure you click the link in my bio if you are on IG to schedule your time with me, okay, for next Wednesday, the 26th. If you are interested in on a one-on-one reading, online reading with me, click the link in my bio if you're on IG, or go to my website. If you are on YouTube, the information is in the description box so that you're able to schedule your appointment with me. Have a blessed rest of your week. Have a safe, blessed weekend, and I will see you next week. Spirit willing, ancestor willing. Over and out. This is Spiritual Dr. Afi. Make sure to share this live, por favor. Share it, share it, share it. Okay. So I shall see you soon. Au revoir. See you later, alligator.